Alright guys, war number 6. We're at the midpoint of the season. We're up against SAS. We're friendly with these guys. Good alliance. And, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you guys got some good polls. I'm recording this before all that stuff, but it's going to be posted after Black Friday. So, anyway, I'm looking at this map, and I see Nova on 49. That's really good placement for Nova. He's incredibly annoying there. The solution that we've found is Captain Marvel, and so right away I know that I'm going to be taking that fight with my Captain Marvel. We do have a couple other Captain Marvels in our battle group. Legacy has a rank 3, I'm not sure what SIG, but Legacy frankly is too important of a player for us to kind of waste him on one fight, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be bringing essentially 2 attackers for that one fight. I want Nick Fury just to give me the prolonged binary charges or whatever. So they just last longer so you can stay binary longer. So anyway, when I'm building this attack plan, I saw that right from the get-go. I knew I was taking that. So then it's like, all right, where can I build up Captain Marvel? Here I'm just checking to make sure that I'm recording. But, and by the way, since I exited the map screen with that recording, I back out of the map screen. That just prevents, bugs, input issues sometimes. I don't know, but it's something that I feel like you guys should do. You should either start the recording. Once you get into the war map screen, do not leave that screen, including, to swipe up the control center to start recording. You should start recording before you enter the war map screen. Especially if you're placing, pre-fights and stuff like that. But anyway, all right. So, as I was saying, I was looking for a spot to kind of build up Captain Marvel, and this was a pretty good option. This node, when the defender has an armor buff with which CGR will get, whenever you hit him, there's I think a 15 or 20% chance to apply a shock debuff. That would just build Captain Marvel up, so that's great. And then obviously I can also just armor break him. This might be a little bit slower of a fight, especially with an unbuilt Captain Marvel here. And I do have my big mutant boost because of my next 2 fights, and I'll kind of talk about those when we get there. But this fight is going to be, honestly, just really straightforward. It's essentially, the way I'm playing this fight is essentially a Cosmic Ghost Rider duel here. I'm not worried about the node at all. I do need to make sure I don't get hit with an SP2, and because I'm indestructible here, I'm just taking that all on the block. I would never try to fully dex his SP2 in war. It's just way too risky. He could conceivably one-shot you if you screw up, so it's just not worth the risk. He does throw back-to-back SP1s. That's okay. We just got to dex him there. And my goal now is to not, I'm going to win this fight. I know that. I just need to try to up my my binary charges as much as possible. So I end with a couple heavies there. All right, so the other factor here was, we've got Vega with his rank 3 Archangel taking, half of Mini Island plus the boss. And you guys probably saw from his, a couple war videos ago, he's been having issues placing pre-fights, and I think it's actually because of he has tended to, I hope he doesn't mind if I'm saying this, he tends to start recording from the map screen, and I really think that causes bugs with the pre-fights. Anyway, I'm going to be placing Horseman on one of his fights just to benefit his Archangel, so I need to get my Apocalypse built up. But, as I mentioned, I brought in Nick Fury to partner with Captain Marvel for that Nova fight. So, obviously, we can't fit Cable on the team. Now, I could have easily just dropped Fury and brought Cable, but, this is a pretty good matchup. It's a little bit slower. I would say if I wasn't trying to build up certain champs and stuff, then both of these fights are, would be pretty easy for, probably Quake and Ghost. Ghost is great for this Kingpin. And then Quake, is a really safe and easy option too for that CGR. But so yeah, I just want to play this one safe. I think I maybe could have started heavy spamming, but I just wasn't sure about the spacing, so I didn't want to risk it. But yeah, it's a little bit slow of a fight because of all the armors, but again, it just doesn't matter. We're just getting through, and you know, that's one fight under his belt. But this next fight is the one where I'll be able to build up Apocalypse, and that is this Professor X on node 24. So it's got EMP modification, Bubble Shield. Bubble Shield is, you know, after you block 10 hits, then his next attack is unblockable. You know, so his placement here makes sense. You can use a whole variety of attackers. Torch with Flame On is great. You know, you could use Archangel if you're able to reparry, or, you know, even place Guidance, you can still reparry and stuff like that. So you can use, you know, a fair amount of attackers here, but I'm using Apocalypse because I want to get him up to 4 genetic codes so that I can place that Horseman pre-fight for Vega later in this war. And you guys are going to see, you know, I mean, Apocalypse, I think, is underused in Alliance War. You know, I'm obsessed with him. I love Apocalypse, and I don't assign him really as much as I wish I did, or maybe felt like I could. But you guys can see here, I mean, when he has 4 genetic code, and if you are properly boosting with him, by properly boosting I mean if you're using those big mutant boosts and you're using a PS1 so you can get off to your SP2, I mean, his damage is really crazy. So we get through that fight in, like, well, I don't know, 20 seconds or something like that. Now I'm all fully loaded up. I've just got one more path fight here. It's this Spider Hand. I do have a rank 3 6-star Fury, which is on defense. Otherwise, I could have brought him. And initially, I was going to just use Nick Fury for this fight. But I was like, look, dude, I'm already boosted with Apocalypse. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Apocalypse. Now, I am going to throw the SP1. Normally, I would try to get off my SP2 first in a fight with Apocalypse, but I'm going to throw my SP1 because if I'm holding at least a bar of power, then he's just going to passively start gaining spider nonsense, which are those little Porky Pig, you know, passives underneath his health bar. And when those get to 5, he can evade. And if he evades, then he becomes unblockable. So I really want to clear my power when I'm able to. There are going to be times in this fight where he you know, puts poppers on me, which essentially are power stings. They act the same way, and I'm definitely going to end up losing some health in this fight. What? There we go. So I got a popper on me. All right, there, a popper kind of stings me a little bit. But you guys can see, I mean, it's pretty safe. Fury would have been fine too, obviously. I was just like, you know, I just want to use Apocalypse here. So yeah, so that's my path. You guys love to hear that. I could have cut that out, but I just don't want to. I'm too lazy, dog. All right, so here, Psycho Man. I'm going to apply Horseman pre-fight here for Vega. This is pretty good placement for Psycho Man. He's going to start his fight with Control Heavy, which lowers the ability accuracy of heavy attacks by 75%, I think. But Archangel is immune to ability accuracy modification by the defenders or an opponent's abilities. So, yeah, that was like a 30-second Archangel fight for Vega. And here, we've got the Nova fight. And I haven't personally taken this fight before. So even though I know it's fine, I've seen videos, I know that it's, you know, it's the right matchup. I haven't done it yet, so I'm, you know, of course, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm like, all right, I just, you know, I need to make sure that I'm not messing this up. Yeah, I watched a video from SSX, and, you know, that person soloed this fight, finished with about 40% health. I don't believe that they were running any suicides, and I don't believe that they had guidance on here, which I do. So we start with an intercept. It gets auto-blocked because of the Fury passive, and then we get another intercept, which just starts stacking up those armor breaks. I do have those incinerates on me, but you guys can see I'm taking no damage because I'm indestructible. There we cancel out another Fury. And the reason I'm not throwing my SP2 is because he lowers the attack of unblockable hits and of guaranteed crits for like somebody like Corvus and Ghost by 70%. So I figured, you know, SP2 of Captain Marvel is obviously unblockable when she's binary. I figured it would be smarter for me to just use my SP3, and I think overall the damage on my SP3 was bigger than what my SP2 would have been. But there we go. We finished at 100% health, and yeah, that was super fast. So here, I want to show you kind of a progression. This is how the war got started for us. This seems to happen against them. Really bad start. Then we kind of get our stuff together for the next 100 fights. And there you guys can see. So here's BG3. We cleared. We did our job. We cleared with only 1 death. And unfortunately, as an alliance, we did lose. We lost 10-6. So after our rough start, we were decent. You know, we had 6 deaths after that start. Isn't terrible, but honestly, we need to be at 6 or fewer for the entire war really to be competitive this season. So anyway, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.